one time.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. You are listening to Church. You are listening and watching Church Without Walls on the New Orleans Talk Network. We come to you every Monday morning, 11 to 12. Our goal, you hear our theme song, that it's time for a change. It's time for us to wake up as people. And really, we are the church. The name of this show is Church Without Walls. Remember, on Sunday morning, you get up, you go into the house, you go to the house of the Lord. That is the church house. But you are the people. We are the church. So we charge everybody as human beings, as God people, the church to make a difference in our community. And as I said, we come to you every Monday morning. We're so happy. For those who tune in and listening, Mr. Watson, I know you have been ill. I want to say hello to you this morning. Hope you are well. Businessman Harry Luker, he called me a few minutes ago. God bless you. And all our listeners, BJ over in Lincoln Mountain. So we love you all. And we ask that you continue to listen as Church Without Walls. We want to tread down the wall that stand in people's way. And we're so happy that for everybody that tune in. We want to say so much is going on in the country, and we need to fight back all the demons that is standing in our way. And we have a special guest, but before she comes, Dr. William, you have an open statement this morning.
We're going to hold on that.
Well, Dr. Williams, he seemed to be a little bit under the weather, so I'm going to talk for him. He always asks that you would call in every Monday morning. Area code is 504-341-8255. We also on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So you can share in the show this morning. Our topic is going to be politics in Kenner and Jefferson Parish. Y'all know you got upcoming races. The Council of District 1 in Kenner. And also you have the Jefferson Parish Sheriff races going on. They may have in Jefferson Parish, it's so big they probably have in other parishes have elections, but we focus on right now is the Sheriff race in Jefferson Parish, and also special attention today on the council race in Kenner, District 1, what a beautiful city Kenner are. And it's been there for years, and we're so happy today that we got in the studio Mrs. Jackie Brown Cockerham. And we're so proud to have her as our special guest. And we tell all our guests, like you at Burger King. Burger King to have it your way. But as long as you saying something about the community, you can have it your way. So, yes. Ms. Brown, you would like to come and tell our audience about your candidate. So I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to give you an open statement on who Jackie Brown Cockerham, who you are and what you represent. So you got the mic.
Well, thank you so much. Good morning. And thank you for having me. I am Jackie Brown Cockerham, and I'm a lifelong resident of Jefferson Parish. I am the mother of 3, grandmother of 3, and I'm the third of 10 siblings, born in River Ridge, Louisiana, to Lula and Douglas Brown. And I'm just excited about being here. I thank God for the opportunity. I've been in the system of the public schools for 39 years. Okay. Taught at Booker T. Washington Senior High School, Old Perry Walker High School, and East St. John Senior High School. So I'm just excited about where I am now in my life. I'm excited about the opportunity and the lives that I've been able to touch, and those in turn who touch me and my growth and maturity. So I thank you for that. I thank God for that, because He's first and foremost in my life.
Okay. And if you like to call Miss Cockerham this morning, you're welcome. 504-341-8255. Jackie, as you, what inspired you to want to become the council person in Kenner? And I don't want to say councilwoman, I like to say person. I'm one of them guys believe that everybody created equal, so I always say person.
Okay.
And I don't want to sing you out. They said man and woman and something. Say council person. What inspired you to want to be the council?
Well, I really believe some years ago, it was an unction in my spirit, the Holy Spirit, that God had spoken to me about doing this. And I actually put it on the back burner because I had some distractions. But I knew at this point in time that there was something that I had to do. It was an urgency in my spirit, so I was in unrest until I moved into that next area of my life. And I knew that this was it, that I had to take a stance. I had to be obedient to this call and this phase of obedience in my life. I had to do what God had called me to do. And I'm excited about it. I'm just ready. I'm ready to serve. I have a lot of things that are going on in my district that wasn't pleasing me and most of my neighbors. So this was the time. I have to do what I have to do.
Okay, in that race, I see that you are running against they have two other people in the race. I think in comment, Mr. Gregory Kerr, and also another young man is running, David Weatherby. What set you apart from those two candidates?
I think it's my transparency. I'm very open-minded. I don't believe in going around the bush. The transparency is there. The tenacity is there because I am a fighter. I'm going to do what I've been called to do for the people of District 1. I will fight Goliath. I will fight the gorillas. It does not matter because the Spirit of God says this is what I'm supposed to do and this is what I'm going to do, and I'm trustworthy. I'm not going to just say things to be saying them because I know that I'm first accountable to God.
Okay.
And that's what sets me apart.
Ms. Cochran, what do you feel is your portfolio? How do you feel your portfolio will meet with the community needs? In other words, your desires and what you see a need in the community for. How do you think the portfolio that you set up for yourself will meet with that needs of the community?
Okay. The thing that I think is most connecting with the community is that I'm a people's person. I've taught school, educated young people, and been a learner for 39 years. So I have an ear. I will listen to what is being said. Open door policy for the office of councilperson or councilwoman. And I think this is going to be the utmost important, that there's a line of communication. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to know what you're feeling, what your concerns are, and the only way that that's going to happen is that I hear what you say. I got to be there for you. And I will be a full-time counselor. I'm a retiree. So I will be a full-time counselor.
What do you see the immediate needs of the community are?
Well, back to the transparency is one, but at the same time, we need to have a voice in what's going on. If we left out, don't know what's going on, we're always going to get it at the tail end of things. We have situations in our community with pollution, with of course, we have airport expansion that's going on. That's good for the economy, but there are a lot of pollutants in the air. The noise, 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning, is not really respecting the neighbors or the people who live there. We have situations with drainage, with sewage, beautification. Like there's so many other districts, the other 4 districts that are really, to me, moving and looking good. And we're just kind of pushed to the side. So we need to look at that. We need to change that so that in order for Kenner to look like Kenner and to grow as Kenner, every district needs to look good. Every district needs to have a fair shake or substance in what's going on. And that's a part of what has to take place, what we're going to see as a team that will take place, that we're not pushed to the side, that we're not thrown under the bus, but that we are right there on an even level with all of the other districts. And we can be proud of that.
As a teacher, so you've been a teacher for over 39 years.
Yes.
What do you see the immediate need for education in Kenner would be for the community?
I think that, and this is one thing that I've had on my platform, is that we have a lot of abandoned buildings in the city, in the district. If those buildings are renovated for centers for apprenticeship programs, so that we can get professional people from our neighborhood to train the young people, then that's going to put them in a position where they'll be competitive in the work field in the future. But if there's no training going on, and I'm not talking about buildings that are used basically for administrative purpose, but buildings that we can put a school in, basically, that we can take that apprenticeship program or that shadowing program and train those young people so that they have that hands-on activity. You know, when I was coming up, they told us, you learn to do by doing. That's what I want to see again. On hand, that's right, absolutely. Get them involved in things that they're interested in. And I know we have the professionals in the communities. I mean, I can go on with a lot of names, and I know most of these people, if I had to name them, they're retirees, but they're still interested, they're still vibrant, and they're energetic. They're energized by young people. So let's get them to work. You know, put them in a situation where they can teach the young people plumbing, electrical work. Kenner can do it, and they can do it in District 1. We don't only have to be a place for storage or a place for rattling up noise or chopping stuff up, but it can be a place for growth, economic growth, equity, wealth equity. We hear all of the noise from the airport. We hear the flyovers with the airplane.
Okay.
We hear the trains. We hear the interstate traffic. All of this goes on in District 1. But District 1, to me, is the least considered.
So basically what you're saying is that in Kenner right now, what you see is commercial, industrial, with no production.
Yes, yes, yes. It's almost like the taxation without representation, Reverend Williams.
Well, you know, when I ran one of the community centers, matter of fact, I ran 3 community centers, but out there, which we tried to get programs in the community centers, like Cox Cable was going to come in and set up a training program for the adults, for the children.
Okay.
And teach them how to install and service the equipment.
Okay.
And stuff like that. But I never could get that off the ground to the community center. But we had proposals, we had written stats on what they were going to do and how. We looked at trying to get a certification for senior citizens to do certain things where they would be called upon to service and take them out of their house and doing stuff like that. But in certain areas, there's commercial, and as you say, with chopping and banging and noise and whatnot, but there's no productive. for the children or for the adults.
Right, right.
coming up. And so, how would you deal with that in your area?
I think the first thing we'd have to do is get a group of the residents together. You know, I see the importance of the civic association for every subdivision, every area of Kenner, and that hasn't happened. There are some areas where you don't have this civic association, so the people are not like unified in an area where they can talk about, come together and have these discussions. I see putting this together, and not just with the residents, but the business people in those areas. There are entrepreneurs in District 1.
And they should be able to give something back to the
Yes,
community.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So when I think about that, pulling those people together, let's get together so we can do something, and we can do something big. It may not start off big, but do something big so that we can change the face of District 1.
I agree.
That sounds so good. I'm sitting here taking all this in, and I strongly believe that and let's be specific about it, that the African American community need to invest in themselves.
Oh, yes.
We need
Yes.
to stop crying and whining and worry about, I get tired of looking at the news. We being discriminated against. We the only race of people that you see on television that constantly, every week we crying. To me, a lot of my friends cold water me for saying this, but we confused. How do we change our culture? Because one week we African American, next week we want to be a Negro, next week we want to be black. We're all over. We are who we are, and we need to be proud of who we are, and that's why anyone that running for office want to come on this show. Myself and Dr. William, we want y'all to come. And we want to hear your platform, and we behind anyone that wants to improve their community.
Absolutely.
And Kenner is a town. I lived in Kenner for a short while, but I do know, like you said, they have some very, very intelligent people in Kenner.
Yes, yes.
They got a lot of young lawyers. Kenner probably one of the well-kept secrets in Jefferson Parish. They have entrepreneurs. I remember back in, and always have. I remember Mr. Burton.
Oh, yes, yes.
At Burton Pharmacy
yes.
years ago, when it was unpopular for African Americans to even have a business, period.
Absolutely.
And he did excellent, God bless his heart, him and Sister Burton, who people I know over the years. Many people know Miss Burton was a school teacher like you, but I'm proud of what you're saying is that you got your platform, you got the community in mind when Dr. Williams asked you them questions, and you were direct on point when you said that they have people in the community and you want them to reinvest back in the community, and you can create jobs in the community. We need to stop crying and whining. I'm going to say that again.
Yes, yes.
We need to stop crying and whining. We need to do something ourselves.
Right, absolutely. And, at some point, I can say yes, 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 but at other points, we have been disenfranchised. We have been put to the side. We have been really neglected to an extent.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if we don't do something for ourselves, it won't get done.
Right.
I have a cry in my spirit that says, vote, vote, vote. Register to vote.
Right.
Without registration, without voting, you will not have any say-so in what's going on. I don't care if it's locally, and please come to council meetings.
Right.
Come to council meetings. Be a face there. Be visible, because you are responsible for what happens to your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren from generation to generation. If you don't take a stance now and become a part of what's going on in Kenner, no matter where you are, outside of Kenner, you and I and the generations behind us will not be able to achieve, will not be represented the way they should be represented. You pay taxes, and you should have proper representation. You pay taxes, probably more than anybody else.
Okay.
But if you don't do what you need to do by taking a stance and being present, then it's going to be a cycle. It's going to be the same old until we change it.
That we need to look at right now is that as far as young folks are concerned and young folks voting, and a lot of the young folks feel, why should I vote? Go vote, they're going to do what they want to do, they're going to put who they want in office. Your vote, their vote counts.
Oh, yes.
And we need to try to find a way to get young folks to come to these council meetings.
Yes.
You see, that's vitally important.
Oh,
because
yes.
they're coming. And there are leaders out there among the young
Right.
folks that has the ability. I remember when I was in school, they said that black folks were not leaders. But if black kids can take beepers, put beepers on their belt and throw the book sacks down and form an organization to sell dope,
yes, Lord.
they're leaders.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if they can't do meth, but they can calculate how many grams of cocaine can be sold.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
how much money gonna be made
All
off.
right.
They can't do
All
meth.
right. All right.
You know,
They
they're
don't
telling me
believe
that
they
you have
can.
leaders, yeah.
They can.
And we have to find a way to instill within them
Yes. Yes.
the understanding that you have the ability to become anything and do anything that you want to.
My God.
Until our kids learn that you had black kings in Africa.
Yeah, all right. All right.
That you had leaders.
Yes.
You know, we have to instill within them that some of the things that goes on in these council meetings, you have the ability to change them if you will only go there.
Absolutely.
So we have to find a way to get organizations in the community to find a way to promote these kids into getting into it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, you know, we're taking in the, either you're a part of the problem
Oh,
or you're
you
a part of the
right.
solution.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely
And if
right.
you sit back and cry all the time, you're a part of the problem.
That's right.
If
Why?
you find a way to solve it,
Yes.
then you're a part of the
So
solution.
look, it's just time to get up. You know, he was.
Excuse
mentioned
me, y'all.
something-
We got to pay some bills. We got to take a break. But we got into it. The program directly. Normally we take a break in the first 15 minutes, but we got started late, so he let us went on through one of the station breaks. But if you'd like to get in on the conversation, you can give us a call, area code 504-341-8255. And our special guest is a candidate for Kenner Council District 1, Jackie Brown Cockerham. So give us a call. We'll be back.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
Are you looking for a home to live stream your next event? Give us a call here at Bethesda Community Event Center, the only place on the Gulf Coast that can host and broadcast live your wedding reception, your baby shower, business seminar, and any other special event. Give us a call at 504-708-9454 for more details.
Divorce, separation, poverty, financial lack, financial need. most issues that we're not dealing with in the church setting. But thank the Lord, there's an answer coming for you through the Forgiven Show, hosted by me, Evangelist Melanie Pichon. Stay tuned as we will meet you weekly, every Thursday, to discuss and give answers to the situations and the challenges that you're facing. Remember, show starts January 18th, 2018.
Y'all know me, this is a people person here.
Big homie head.
It's your boy Fred.
This man, big fan.
Right. Listen, we're your host of the New Orleans Talk Network's Fan View. Real fans talk, real sports. Check us out every Thursday night, 6 p.m.
The New Orleans Talk Network, now on your mobile device, on your computer, in your ear, and interactive. It's new, it's innovative, and it's on your mobile device. Android, iPhone, iPad, and on your computer. Take us wherever you go. Because we're interactive. 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255.
Hello and congratulations. You have arrived at the second half. I'm your host, Cinder Coleman Miller. Connect with us every Thursday at 10 o'clock a.m. on the New Orleans Talk Network as we discuss issues pertaining to the most exciting and prolific generation of our times, the baby boomers. So for information, resources, and booming entertainment, meet us at the second half, brought to you by the Boomers Lifestyle Network.
I'm living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's
We are back. You are listening to Church Without Walls, in the studios of the New Orleans Talk Network. We come your way every Monday morning, 11 to 12 Central Standard Time. And we certainly hope to say something that would help you improve your life. We have in the studio today with us a great woman of God, and she is the candidate for Kenner's Council District 1, and she's sharing her views with our listening audience and hoping that you're taking all this in, and we're so happy to have her with us. And I want to kind of touch on a few things. I noticed that you is a member of Kenner Civic Group, right? That's what it says.
Yes.
And also you are, one thing I think that people get a little bit confused, and this is something I think that's important for us to touch on, is that you're the woman of God, and you're the minister and a pastor. And a lot of times when people say a pastor involving politics, and I think that comes from a lack of us not understanding what politics is. Politics is anything that is have a democratic process. What I mean by that is, when you born, they smack you on your behind and give you Social Security number. That's politics.
That's right.
And a lot of times people, politics shouldn't be in the church. Well, we the church, so what it's gonna be?
501c, right? Politics.
Well, when you actually stop and think about it, and you have a lot of pastors, and when I think about it, because I've been hearing that all my life, because, being a minister, they say politics don't belong in the church. But you got more politics in the church
Oh, yes.
than you have in politics. In the political arena.
Yeah.
Because when you get ready to choose a pastor, you
That's
got to
elected.
vote.
That's right.
politics.
Absolutely.
Democrat, and like they do, lobby vote.
Absolutely.
And you got Democrats and Republicans in the church.
That's right.
Because the one, we don't want this, and the one saying we want this because of. So either way you go.
And you take their money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't always use the money for what you're picking it up
All
for.
right, all right.
You know, so you got a lot of politics in the church, but I think if the church will become sensitive to what politics really is, then church organization would go out and try to establish a system to where you would get people that have the proper credentials to be in an office to help the community
That's
to
right.
develop
Yes.
more than what it is.
Yes.
But that's not happening when you look at what politics is really doing. And that's why they say they don't want politics in the church. But you can't keep it out. And somebody came up with the idea, don't put it in the church. And you got to look at what's really happening when people present a proposal to you. A proposal can be to stagnate something before it gets started.
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I didn't know that you were, a pastor.
Yes, yes. And, I think about, thinking about what you were saying because I've been confronted with some of the same things, same question. And what I see, if you have someone who is accountable to God first, who's representing you, and I don't mean like the play stuff, the fake stuff, then why wouldn't you want that person in office to represent you and to do for you? Why allow, and I'm not saying the other people or other persons in the race are not Christians, but at the same time, a lot of times we'll talk about Christians being in politics, but we'll vote for someone who's not. But they still have to govern over those of us who are Christians. So where does that put us?
But let me say this now. Looking at our courthouse, I guess, when you get old, you overlook a lot of them. And as Reverend Williams said that he didn't know you was a pastor, looking at you have a Joy International Fellowship.
Yes, count it all joy.
Yeah, and
that's right.
And we were talking about your involvement in the CIFID, old Kenner CIFID organization.
Yes.
Concerned Citizens CIFID Coalition, and you also a part of the Worldwide Ministry.
Yes, that's the radio broadcast that I've been
radio,
doing for years.
And let me say this, that for those who say that a person of God, a minister, whoever, should be involved in politics, the Bible clearly tells us that they don't want to be ignorant. How could you pastor people and don't understand what's going on in the world? You don't understand what the president's doing? I mean, how do you counsel your people? I mean, to me, it's ignorant, for someone to say, I don't get involved in politics.
Yeah.
Because everything is involved in that. Politics say if you could buy a gallon of gas. Politics say if you can get a car, if you can get a social. Everything is involved in that. So how in the world could you get around it? I mean, and it's amazing to me how people do not understand. Now, say in Kenner, now, I listened to you and the other young man in the race, Mr. Weatherby. You and listen to you today and listen to him. Both of y'all talking about some of the same thing. The problem that you see, growing Kenner and bringing Kenner back. Now, the power at B, I would say, if Kenner anything not going on in Kenner that the citizen of Kenner don't have an improvement, so the power at B there is satisfied. So when you take down from the mayor and all the other councilmen, if you got a councilman there, like you say, and you is not welcome now, you follow. I guess the point that I'm making is. It's like people saying that you said District 1, y'all got noise. I mean, you got drainage problem. I hear the other young man, Mr. Weatherby, saying the same thing. So they tell me that, how many districts y'all got, 5 or 7?
There are 5.
5. Okay, you got 5 districts.
5
so,
districts and 2 council at large.
Okay, so okay, say the 5 councilmen and 2 at large. Okay, District 1. You go into you have council meeting, and let's use this as a scenario. You have a council meeting.
Okay.
Everybody supposed to get a piece of the pie, right?
Yes. Yes.
Is I right or wrong?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
You're
now if District 5 booming District 1 is not being deprived in District 3, I mean, what I'm asking you, Mr. Cockerham, what do you see when it comes to the other district compared to District 1?
I see disparity.
Disparity, okay.
It's not on an equal playing field. You know, I walked through the district, driven through the district, and I'm just not satisfied with what I see and what I've seen. There's so many things that are going on in the other districts that I know very well can go on in District 1. And I'm talking about great things. But if you are not doing what needs to be done, then the problem becomes worse. It doesn't get better. It doesn't get better when you ignore it or you turn a deaf ear. It's going to get worse. And unfortunately, the residents have to deal with it. So if we can, if we can get to the point where we want to do better, we want information, because we perish for lack of knowledge. This is what basically you all been saying this morning. We're perishing for lack of knowledge. If we don't get in there, make some changes. You have to change, people. You have to make changes. I am the people's voice for change. I know that because I'm going to speak for you. I'm going to speak and know that when I'm speaking, that is because of your concerns. I'm one person, but I need the voice of the people.
Ms. Cunningham, okay, hold it right there when you say you're one person. Here the scenario. The average St. Jefferson Parish, man, is different from most parishes. Most time when African Americans get elected, most time they the only one that sit on that council. Now here's the big elephant in the room. If you elected and you is the only African American black face that's sitting on that council, how would you, gonna say, well, like most blacks, well, I'm just one person. So my other, I need to get, you need, other words, you need 4 votes to get anything done, right? Right or wrong, right?
Yes.
So what are your plans on being treated fair to get the vote that you need to make a change in District 1?
To get the votes from the council?
Yeah, to work with the other councilmen to make sure that you get your slice of the pie. In other words, say if you send 5 kids in a room and 4 of them say 6 feet and weigh 200 pounds, you got one of them is like he 4 feet and weigh 90 pounds. He ain't gonna get too much. The other guy gonna bully him.
But what he needs
So how you gonna not bully you to take their pie and yours too?
So what he needs to do is what I would see myself doing, and that is going out there to get my constituents to be there with me and for me at the council meetings. At the council meetings, so that we can get some things done. Visibility is important.
With that, if we think about what we're saying right now, is that what you need to do is study what the other councilmen are trying to do in their district.
Absolutely.
And once you know and you have an idea of what it is that they're trying to appropriate in their community, then you got enough information to go to them and say, look, I'm trying to get this done in my community. I will help you to do this if you will help me to do this.
Yes.
And that way, you get constituents working with you because they know that you're verbally, you're vocal, and you know what's going on in the community, so they're going to be willing to work with you. Because when they sit down at the table with you, basically what they're going to say is, look, the council person in Council 1 is going to come over here and say to me, this is what I'm trying to do in my community. This is what you're trying to do. How can we help you do what you're doing?
Yes.
And you create a working environment.
A relationship of an environment, yes. And I have communications, you know. I'm not pushing anybody to the side. And the council, because they all know me, I've been in council meetings for the past 5 or 6 years for sure. And they're receptive to things that I ask.
And based upon what I hear you saying right now is that Kenner needs individuals sitting in that seat who is going to work not just with one district, but with all
of the districts.
And if you can get all of the districts working together and then know that you're going to have knowledge about what's going on in that community, they're going to be willing to listen to you.
Absolutely,
You know,
absolutely.
This is what we said earlier. The people perish for a lack of knowledge. Now, in order for you to get knowledge, you got to study.
That's right. Absolutely, absolutely. And I was looking at the mayor's 2030 plan, and there's a lot of activities, about 10 different projects that are going to go on between now and 2030, year 2030, and a lot of it is about beautification, but I don't see any of that in District 1. We talk about different activities that are going on. A lot of activities are going on, and they're going on in other districts. But at some point, for District 1, we can bring some of those things back. We can have involvement from District 2, 3, 4, and 5 so that they can help build District 1 to where it was, where it used to be and where it should be, so that all of the districts are together. If one part of Kenner fails, to me, all of Kenner is failing. Because we're a whole body, we're an organism. We're a living organism. And until we work, you know, that cancer in your lung can spread to your heart. That cancer in your brain can spread to your intestines. It can metastasize anywhere, but and the same thing with the good stuff. If it's good stuff, you can do the same.
Organizations to work with the organism.
Yes.
And when I say that, I say that to say this. The church is an organism.
Yes, absolutely.
But the organization within the community will work with the church.
Yes.
And the organization and the community and the organism will become strong.
And this, right, and there a lot of business people out there have had an opportunity to speak with them, and they're just very receptive to, you know, seeing some things happen, changing, you know, supportive. And, you know, I just thank God for him. Over and over, yes, I thank God. I give God all the praise, the honor, and the glory, because if he's not in the center of what I do and what we do, then it's not going to work. It's going to fail eventually. And we don't want any more failures. We want Kenner District 1 to work and to be on the same level playing field that all of the other districts are on and in.
Ms. Cocker, we getting pretty close to the end, so I wouldn't want the show to close out without you telling the people of Kenner why they should elect you and why will you be the best candidate. So you can take this opportunity to let them know that how what you would do if you become councilman.
How many minutes do I have?
I cut you off.
Okay.
I cut you off when it.
Let me do this right fast. Then first of all, I want you to be aware, to recognize what's here, what's in front of you. These are those postcards, place cards that we've been putting out, and every resident in District 1 received one. And you probably say, well, what is that? What is that? There's one in English and there's one in Spanish.
Okay.
We have a huge population of Spanish people, and I'm concerned about all of the people of District 1 people. So everybody in District 1 counts. Everyone in District 1 has concerns, has a voice, And my concern, my interest is to do whatever it is that you need to have done so that you can feel great about being in Kenner, and especially in District 1, Kenner District 1. So what I look at is, as I go through the platform issues, I want you to know that I am going to take your calls. You will be welcome to the office. It doesn't matter what time. I intend to have on staff one who is Spanish, but bilingual. I'll put it like that. One who is bilingual to assist our Spanish-speaking or Latina voters or residents. I urge you to register to vote. You will be able to vote in this March 24th election if you are registered by the 21st of February. You can go online and do it, or you could call the number at the bottom of the card, and myself or one of my teammates will come out and get this done. We're going to demand better drainage, better sewage, better streets and playgrounds, beautification. I want to see Mr. Ledbetter and Mr. Shane, who doing those sculptures out there in other parts of Kenner. I want to see that in District 1. Beautiful, beautiful sculptures. I want to see it. I want to see the drainage that's better. Yes, we have situations that might be different from other people. We're right there at the low elevation, the lower level of elevation. So we're going to have some problems. Places that flooded recently had never flooded before. So something is going on with that situation. The playgrounds, well, we're going to stop asking for the little mini-sized playgrounds and parks for our children. We need something bigger. We need bigger places. We need to have that partnership with the police department, with the civic organizations, with the airport officials. This is what I want to do. I want us involved in every step. I need to be your council person, to be involved in every step, to get those meetings, to get people in the community as a part of my team. When I go in and I talk to these various department heads, that we're going to get this done. We're going to get it done, and we're going to protect our residents from those hazards of the pollution, the storage with G.T. Woods School, with Washington Elementary School. And yes, we want better schools. We want better groups for learning with the apprenticeship program, the shadowing program, library. We don't have a library in South Kenner. Why not? I don't care. We do have computers. There are other places that have people have computers, but they have nice libraries. So I want to see that happen for South Kenner. I remember we used to have one on Webster Street by the Stewarts. Fantastic. I was in school. I was in elementary school. No libraries in Kenner. So we're going to do whatever we can to train our young people so that they can become the next council person, so that they can become the next mayor, they can become the next airport official, the next attorney. We need to get them ingrained into the system. And please stop believing that you cannot and your vote will not count. Because if you get hoodwinked and you think like that and you don't go vote, the people who are making it known to you, the people who are saying it, are going to the poll to vote. And in that way, their candidate is in, and you and your candidate are out. Please register to vote. It's very important. And come to council meeting. We need you there. Young people, middle age, seasoned people, we need you there. Come and be a part of what's going on for your future.
You said it well there.
On the table.
You got it in, yeah. But we so delighted to have you in the studio and to do the show, and just for a footnote, business people that wanted to do business in Kenner. I ain't gonna be able to do it. We'll do it next time, get you another time. But anyway, we have a young lady that worked with Miss Cockerham, worked very, very hard, and she had wanted to come on just how the people. So you tell the people who she are and how she work with you and help you.
Pat Cortez Moses. I mean, she is just so great. I mean, she walked with me. We did every residence. We had some other people out in a group on Sunday and about 2 weeks ago, and they were there pushing and going into the neighborhoods, and we haven't finished. We're still going door to door, but my team is really doing a great job. I just thank God for them. It's been a challenge. It's been a challenge, but the thing is that as long as we keep God first, we know that it's going to come to pass, that it's going to be all right. And we always responsible for doing what he says to do. He is responsible for the results. And I just want to give accolades to Pat and Carol and Dee and Cheryl and Karen, just a bunch of people out there. Jaquel, I just thank God for you all and what you're doing at this time.
Okay, we so I enjoy you being on today, and we want to tell those voters out there, it's very important that you go vote March the 24th. You can't sit back and complain when you part of the problem yourself. You got to get out and vote.
Be a part of the solution.
Yeah,
Yes,
be a part of the
absolutely,
solution. And
absolutely.
the biggest thing is that I think you said they got until the 20th. If you're not a registered voter, you have until the
21st of this month.
21st, yeah. And the day is what, the 19th?
Yes,
20th?
but the thing is, after the 21st, you won't be able to register to vote in the 24th election. But if there's a runoff, of course, you can still register and vote in that runoff.
Right, and it's very important. For those who are registered voters, please, ma'am, please, sir, that's something they use in the church. Please, ma'am, please, sir, go vote.
Yes.
Your vote, it ain't no such thing that your vote doesn't count. I mean, in the president race proved that to the whole world.
Yes, yes.
If you don't go vote, what'll happen? They said, we thought that she was going to win anyway, so.
I need your vote. I need you at the poll. I need you. And for those who might be felons, there's information that even if you're a felon or was a felon, you're not always a felon, dear people, okay? You can actually register and vote not being on paper, but there's parole and probation.
Probation, okay.
Find out. You can call a voters hotline and get information.
Okay.
Do that, please.
Okay, so it's time for us to wrap it up. Reverend William, certainly today, he asked some questions I thought were right on point there. And again, we're so happy that you stopped by the studio today. And we're so hurting the voters in Kenner will listen to what you say, and everybody get out and vote. So we love you, and as we always close the show by saying, it's no such thing as being half dead. If you're dead, you're dead. We love y'all.
I think that's true.
I'll kick it from it one time.